Girls High School in Bureti constituency in Kericho County. They are also welcome to observe the proceedings of the House, and I want to allow you, Honorable Imase, as you make your contributions, on behalf of the members, to welcome all the visiting students.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you, all the schools present in this August House today, to observe the proceedings of the National Assembly. I just want to inform you that at one time we were all seated where you are seated. Probably some of us never even managed to get an opportunity to visit the Parliament, but know that you are on the right track, and one day you can be a leader, you can be a legislator, and you could also be seated here. So work hard, focus, and you will become the leader that you would want to become. Having said that, Honorable Speaker, I want to contribute to this bill and just again, just appreciate Honorable Sabina for this bill. Honorable Speaker, the benefits of breastfeeding cannot be gainsaid. We know that breast milk is food for every child with all the necessary nutrients, sufficient, uniquely designed to meet the requirements in terms of nutrients at every stage of a child's growth. And I think that's why doctors advise that every child needs to be breastfed for at least a minimum of 6 months. Honorable Speaker, last week I visited a friend and I found her expressing her milk. And I asked her, why are you doing this? And she's like, you've forgotten tomorrow is Monday. And in fact, she said, I've been expressing milk and storing it for the last 1 week because I know I'm also traveling. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, this bill is requesting that each public institution needs to have at least a safe space. Should give any lactating mother the dignity in breastfeeding and a decent place to be able to do that. Because most of the time, because of the inconvenience or lack of space, convenient space to be able to breastfeed, many mothers have resorted to expressing milk early and storing, which may compromise the safety, and also probably a contamination may arise because we leave our children to caregivers. So you don't know how the milk may be handled and stored, and that may lead to infections to our children. Honorable Speaker, some mothers have also resorted to giving their children, even before the expiry of the mandatory 6 months, alternative sources of milk, formula milk, which is powder milk, which has to be mixed, and in the process. So that is why it is important that we give these spaces provided so that a mother can breastfeed directly. The child gets milk directly from the breast, which therefore guarantees even the safety, the cleanness, the hygiene needed for this child, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in fact, I want to say it should not be limited to only public institutions or buildings. Even in our markets, we find some market centers do not even have washrooms. So where are we going to put the table for this mother, lactating mother, to change the child or to breastfeed the child? Some do not even have water. So it should even be extended such that even in all our markets, where we have washrooms, there should be an extra clean room with a table, with a seat, where any mother can walk in there, wash their hands, remove her child from the back, change, breastfeed, go back to and sit and sell her vegetables, sell her tomatoes. Honorable Speaker, this is a very important bill, and I want to say that we should support it, and it does not have any extra cost. In this National Assembly, we do not need to construct an extra room. It is just a matter of dedicating one of the existing rooms and equipping it with a table and a sink and flowing water. And any member can walk out of, have a health break and go and breastfeed her child and walk back to the chamber. And you know, when a mother knows that the child is safe and the child can be fed, is okay, then a mother can be able even to concentrate and give more value even to the employer. With those few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I support.
Honorable Imase, before you conclude, Because you know what the Constitution says at Article 53, Sub-Article 2, that in all matters concerning a child, the best interest of the child will be the paramount consideration. Assume you are making your contribution as you are doing, and your child who is also outside the chamber is crying to breastfeed. What would you recommend the bill should provide for in such situation?
Honorable Speaker, I have just said if we have that room where my caregiver can walk in with the child and I can take a break to go and breastfeed.
In this case, you are in the middle of contributions.
Definitely, I will have a breastfed before walking into the chamber.
No, I'm saying the child is crying as you contribute now.
Yes.
Should we allow the child into the chambers to breastfeed, as happens in other jurisdictions?
That's an emergency. Yes, if it is an emergency, I could walk out of the chamber and breastfeed. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I thank you. The Honorable Joanna Ngeno will clarify that point as he makes his contributions.
Of course, Joanna Ngeno is the new father in the House. Mr. Speaker, I will gladly support this bill, Mr. Speaker, because I would say as the last born, I believe in totality that the smartness that I have, even today, is attributed to the fact that I was breastfed until when I was in class 1, Mr. Speaker, so that when I go back from school, I will rush fast to go and to be breastfed. Mr. Speaker, it's very, very important, and this bill will go a long way in ensuring that our mothers and our sisters, our wives, when they are in place of work, they can actually breastfeed with dignity, without fear or without even having any serious issues on the emotional attachment to their kids when they are breastfeeding. Mr. Speaker, I duly agree that much as we have traditions and beliefs that we normally have as Africans, there are things also we need to accept and agree to put into consideration. Just like the suggestion that you are making, Mr. Speaker, that suppose a member of this House is contributing or is in this house and of course gets a notification that the baby is crying and wants to be breastfed. Mr. Speaker, the prerogative of the Speaker would be to allow that member to rush to a nearby room. And of course we need to have at least a room among these offices we have here, Mr. Speaker. We have the office of the majority leader, the majority whip, and all. So we need to have also another room among those offices that will be especially left for even behind the speakers. So Speaker, we normally have some private rooms here. We can have one for our friends and colleagues in this house, Mr. Speaker, whenever they want to breastfeed, so that in case there is an emergency, a baby is crying outside there, they can easily maneuver their way there and come back and continue with the proceedings. Mr. Speaker, I duly support and I really respect the fact that we need, as I said, as Africans sometimes we stick to so much traditions to the extent that we forget that things have changed. Mr. Speaker, respect to our kids, to our children is very paramount. The places sometimes we went to school outside these countries, Mr. Speaker, a child is given total maximum respect, so that a child of below 13 years, even if they enter a bus and you are seated, Mr. Speaker, however old you are, you must give way to the kid to sit. So I think those are traditions that we also need to adopt, because we need to give respect to our kids and of course, and give respect to our mothers and our colleagues. So, Mr. Speaker, I fully support. I want us to have in every opportunity, if it is hospitals, we need to have that particular special place. If it is place of work, we need to have that special place. If it is parliament, we need to have that special place. If it is anywhere, just like we are making every building, every place of work accessible by the people living with disabilities, we must also make it accessible to women or our mothers who are breastfeeding, to make it easier for them to access those particular. And remember, Mr. Speaker, if it is in your place of work, mothers who would want to be accompanied by their kids, I mean their babies, to those places of work, must have a place where even it will accommodate also those who are taking care of these kids. So it is not only just creating a space for breastfeeding. We must also have that space, have all the facilities to accommodate those mates who will be taking care of the kids while their mothers are in their place of work. Mr. Speaker, I support fully, and I will want to encourage Mheshimiwa Sabina Chege to work on more bills that touches on mothers and children. Mr. Speaker, I support.
The Honorable Basil will make his contributions after the Honorable Agnes Pareyo from Narok North on account of gender considerations. But before that happens, allow me to welcome visiting institutions to the House of Parliament. Honorable members, we have in the public gallery students and teachers from Mutu's Mixed Secondary School in Mbeere North in Embu County. We also have in the public gallery Gakanga School from Kieni constituency in the Great Nyeri County. And then we have pupils and students from Oloikum Nasera Primary, Kajiado West constituency, Kajiado County. The pupils, the students, and their teachers are welcome to the House of Parliament to observe the proceedings. Honorable Agnes Pareyo, you will welcome the students and proceed to make your contributions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to welcome all the students from other constituencies to this great house. And I want to urge them to watch the proceedings and look at what we are doing and learn from what we are doing here. And I also want to encourage them to go on with their studies and put more efforts, because they are going to be tomorrow's leaders, and they will also be here. And thank you for giving me that opportunity. And to the bill, Mr. Speaker, thank you also for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this breastfeeding bill by Honorable Sabina Chege. And I want to say that as breastfeeding is godly. It's so natural, and that is the only way a newly born child communicates with a mother. When you enter into a house where a mother is breastfeeding the child, you will think there is somebody else, because this mother is talking. And you'll start looking for who is this that she's talking to. She's talking to the baby, and the baby is carefully looking at the mother. So it's another way of communicating with this baby. And the mother's milk is nutritious, that it's complete food. It doesn't need anything else. You can breastfeed your child for 6 months, and the child will grow because it has all what it needs to be complete food. And this milk helps to develop a child's brain. And so it's important to make sure that breastfeeding has a place and has all the respect it deserves, so that this mother can breastfeed the child without fear or without thinking that where she is not right. So we need to create a space and also give them time, because a mother also thinks about the child, because there is that connection between the child and the mother. So the mother needs time. Though I'm hearing other new terminologies of expressing milk in my community, we don't know that, but I think soon we'll also learn to do that. Because ours, we just think it is direct from the mother to the child. And so this mother needs time, because some women leave their jobs because she needs time with the child. And to give these mothers time, or to give them a priority to work, we need to create a conducive place for these mothers. It's just not only another place, it's a special place, because what they are doing is special, and the child has a right like any other person in this world. Once the child has come to this world, she has a right. The first right she has is for the mother to breastfeed that child. So for me, I support breastfeeding, this bill, and to say that it is important. And we must all have in the markets, in the working places, everybody who is employing somebody who is breastfeeding must make sure that this woman has time to go and breastfeed that child. And for that reason, Mr. Speaker, I support. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Pareo, also for the good community service you are doing before and you continue to do around those other issues concerning the family. The Honorable Basil is now recognized to make his contributions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the chance to contribute. Allow me to appreciate Honorable Sabina Chege for this very important bill, Mr. Speaker. As a father of two, Mr. Speaker, and I know you are also a father, and my good friend Parashina is a father of three, we all know what mothers go through.
Honorable Basil, in our African culture, we never count our children.
Oh, you don't count, yes.
Also as men. I don't know whether the Akamba culture permits, but in the
our
Luo
culture, it does. So, as a father, I'm saying, Mr. Speaker, we know what our women go through when it comes to breastfeeding, Mr. Speaker. There's something called time poverty, whereby women actually try to balance between productive roles, community roles, and the reproductive roles, Mr. Speaker. And that's why this bill comes very timely to support flexible working hours for lactating mothers, Mr. Speaker. Some employers, Mr. Speaker, do not recognize the particular role women play when it comes to breastfeeding and the time challenge they have to be able to report to work, at the same time ensure exclusive 6 months breastfeeding, Mr. Speaker. And that's why I do support the bill, because it provides the legal framework to support lactating mothers and more so working mothers to be able to have time to provide breastfeeding or to breastfeed their child, at the same time be able to report to work and contribute to the well-being of the economy, Mr. Speaker. Importantly, Mr. Speaker, if you look at the first world, they have similar laws, Mr. Speaker. So having this bill passed through by this parliament will put Kenya at the same path, the same level with advanced economies, which recognize the contribution women make to the economy, at the same time the role of women when it comes to reproductive activities within households, Mr. Speaker. If you look overall, by having this bill, Mr. Speaker, the immunity, the health care of infants will be promoted, Mr. Speaker, because breast milk provides essential antibodies as well as nutrients that are important to boost immunity of infants, Mr. Speaker. And as an output, when a child immunity is boosted, Mr. Speaker, you reduce the costs related to health treatment for infants. These will actually save money for many families, and that's why we recommend for exclusive 6 months breastfeeding, Mr. Speaker. Importantly, Mr. Speaker, the maternal health is enhanced by having such a bill. Remember, we have what we call postpartum depression that is associated with taking care of infants. And when we have such a bill, we promote health care of mothers. If Dr. Nyikal was here, he would agree with me that breast milk or having room to support breastfeeding, it reduces risk of mothers getting cancer. We are talking of ovarian cancer as well as breast cancer, Mr. Speaker. And that's why this bill is so timely, Mr. Speaker. Additionally, the bill promotes family-friendly environments because lactating mothers will have a time to connect with their child, at the same time have time to support other well-being within a family. So this bill will promote family-friendly environment. And that's why I have all reasons to support the bill, Mr. Speaker. Additionally, the bill will align to the global best practices. And these I'm talking about Sustainable Development Goals number 3, which talks of good health and well-being. So having this bill, we will be able to align ourselves with the requirements from a global stage and be able to get to the list of countries that promote well-being of infants, at the same time well-being of mothers, Mr. Speaker. So in principle, the bill will also eliminate discrimination. We have seen mothers who are not even allowed to board public vehicles when they are lactating or when they are breastfeeding. Sometimes they are harassed in vehicles. So having this bill, we provide the legal framework to protect these mothers and to criminalize issues of discrimination when it comes to lactating mothers, Mr. Speaker. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, as the Vice Chair for Member Services and Facilities, I'll actually champion for spaces where lactating mothers, including our staff, can be able to breastfeed their infants. So with this, I submit and I support the bill, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Basil, you know, there is an inquiry I keep making, which is not idle. You remember a similar suggestion was made by the Honorable Suleha in the previous parliament, and I know the mover of the bill I can still remember. And when we were chasing with a child from these chambers, a week later, in the United Kingdom Parliament at Westminster, a member was contributing with a child on her bosom. And by the way, when it could not continue, the Speaker of the House took the child and held the child. It's the flower of the future. And so is the case in the United States, so is the case in Scandinavian countries. Yes. Why does it, are you people suggesting, as honorable members, that we will allow lactating, mothers to breastfeed at places of work, but somewhere behind their actual place of work? This is very far. You go to somewhere, I don't know where it is now. Why can't we allow Honorable Sabina, if God were to use her to give another Kenyan child, to breastfeed as she contributes? Well, the best interest of the child. Go to Hungary, that is how they do it. Why are we shying? What is this tradition that makes you think in the context of breastfeeding that the breast is anything other than food for the child? The Honorable Dorothy Kiara, make your contributions.
Honorable Speaker, as I support this motion and make my contribution, I want to say we are lobbying for safe, secure breastfeeding stations. And in an open place, it's not one of them. Honorable Speaker, allow me to start by saying the journey and terrain of working women has not been easy. Honorable Speaker, I want to say this as I thank Madam Sabina Chege for coming up with this bill number 8 of 2024, because, Honorable Speaker, I have been here for a longer time in this world. Honorable Speaker, working women have had it all. There is a time that working women were not allowed. Once you are employed, you get expectant, you get pregnant, you lose your job. Honorable Speaker, from there, it has gone, it went further that women were allowed to give birth, but there was no maternity leave. What they used to do, like in the teaching profession where I have been all my life, they would get a monitor to replace them during that time when they want to stay home. And it was barely 1 month, because I don't know for how long you can stay without a salary. Honorable Speaker, we moved from there and we started robbing for maternity leave. And Honorable Speaker, I don't want to go into details to that. We secured maternity leave for our workers. And today, Honorable Speaker, I want to take exception in the teaching fraternity under the reign of Dr. Nancy Macharia, where the women teachers were able to garner 4 months is 120 days. That is the long